Well, g'day everybody. Getting back into streaming. I've had a couple of trial runs at streaming. Seems I didn't have any sound. Someone was having a look, so whoever that is, thank you very much. But hopefully the stream is now working and the sound is now working. I've got a special friend out there that monitors it from that end. Welcome to you. Hi Blair. You're probably watching up there in Joondalup, other end of the city. Blair is my chief moderator on our Discord, AGC Discord channel. Yeah, he's a good guy. Sound is working. Thanks, Blair. He's just giving me the heads up. Yeah, I've got a nice little team on our Discord. It's a gaming community, Anzacs Gaming Community. I have it streamed for a while. There are reasons, but I'm not going to give any excuses. But at the end of the day, it's we're back up and running, and we're going to stream various games. We're not like some of my favourite channels, which is TGG, gives us updates on GTA 5. Absolutely love his videos that he does, and the team at AGC watch his videos like there's no tomorrow. So if you ever get a chance to watch this, Mr. TGG, thanks very much, mate. We enjoy your videos. Keep up the good work. Subscribe for Tacos is another one I like to watch. Pubo Rama. All good videos. It's not what we're about here at AGC. They're specifically for GTA 5, even though this particular stream is about the facility in GTA 5, but we're not per se just streaming for GTA 5 all the time. It could be any game. It could be Insurgency Sandstorm, Transport Fever. AGC is an actual gaming community, Anzac Gaming Community. So we cater for every game, so we've got our own Discord channels, multiple channels. We've even got a channel in our Discord channel. We've got a channel in there which is how would you say a freedom of speech channel. So I'll just bring that back up for you and see if I can. Yep, that'll bring it in there. Just getting familiar and used to some of these buttons and bits of software, and that's all very overwhelming when you haven't touched them for a while. But that basically just gives you a little bit of understanding to some of the rules that we have. The 18 is a free speech channel. It's not disgusting stuff. It's freedom of speech. So if you get offended with the freedom of speech, then we recommend you don't join that channel. There's no hate speech. It's just good stuff. Thanks, Blair. It's a freedom of speech channel where you can bring up any topic, and by entering the channel, then you agree that you're open to freedom of speech, even if someone's saying something that you totally disagree with. So we have that, and I just thought I would make mention of the Freedom of Speech channel. That's on our Discord. It's 18 others, plenty of other channels on there, especially gaming channels. You might jump on and you might want to play World of Warships. You just pick up the World of Warships channel, go in there with your mates and you play. You can then join the Just Chilling channels, which is just a general chat and whatnot after you've had your game. If you're doing GTA 5, we've got a complete range of GTA 5 channels in there, so you can do missions, heists, that sort of stuff, so you don't get any cross chatter. And when you finish doing your game and whatnot, again, jump in the general chat channels and just chillax and chat and make new friends. So that's basically what AGC is all about. But this one brings me to an interesting point. I sent Rockstar Games an email with a concept idea of what I would like to see this facility in the game have. I'll just bring up this camera. This is a one. There we go. I know not much changed, but it pops up on the screen like magic. I love this stuff. I just get Twitter pated over it. Whoopee. The facility, we all know it. We've all been there. It's like we've all done the mission on the facility. Once or twice, 3 times. We've all done it. We've bought the facility, but really, largely, it's a building which, in my opinion, is probably the best designed, best building in the game, and it's not utilised. Well, I don't think it's utilised, but I've come up with a concept that I've actually sent to Rockstar Games. I don't know if it's going to carry any weight, but you guys get to hear a podcast based on what I sent to Rockstar, and you make your own decision if you think it's got merit. If the whole community that plays GTA 5 online, if they got behind it, if they thought it was good enough and they got behind it, maybe we could facilitate a change in the mindset. But to me, it's a bit like, for me, this is where it's at. It's not used, it's full of cobwebs. When we all bought it, the facility, she was spick, she was span, she was good. But we stopped doing missions in it, we stopped using it, we stopped even going there now that we can put the Avenger in our hangars. It literally is a place you don't go to. And that's a shame because it's the best building in town. But without further ado, let's get in, let's listen to the podcast and let me know your thoughts. Let me know your thoughts on it. So we'll go in and have a look. This sound when the doors open always scare me. It's so loud. Boom. Now I'll wait for it's a noisy elevator. Okay. Like I said, it's probably the least used place in the game. You're still getting paid a wage, buddy. Far out. I mean, I haven't come in donkeys. I'm not going to run around and tell you all the things we used to do. Everyone remembers. I think everyone's got one of these. Some people have even said, if I started a new account, I wouldn't buy the facility because all you can use it for is the Doomsday Heist. Do your setups in here, have your missions and whatnot. Beautiful screen layout. This is where I envision my super computer. A choice when you walk in here. Do you want to do the Doomsday Heist or do you want to operate your businesses? This is where I want it to be done in the concept idea. But we'll go and listen to the podcast. Nope. Oh, Gamma 7. Oh, terrible. Oh, terrible. All right, let me just bring it up for you and listen in to this podcast and just let me know your thoughts. Okay, thanks for that, Blair. Apparently the podcast is not working in the record. So I'm going to have a quick look at finding out why this is the case. Just bear with me. Just bear with me. I'll go across and have a look. Put this up for now, and I'll go and have a look. Some addresses there for you to jot down, but when I get this going, we'll be listening to the podcast. Just see if I can get this sorted. I've had no end of trouble. No end of trouble. No game sound either. No in-game sound. Okay, I wonder why. I wished I was a genius when it came to this stuff, eh? Just bear with me. Alrighty. Technical issues, eh? Technical issues, always the way. Yep, there you go, that would do it. That would do it. If you can still hear me, Blair, let me know if this worked, mate. Let me know if you can hear the game sound. It'll take a few minutes to go through. Any sound yet from the game?
Report any suspicious behavior to your department head. The honest have nothing to fear.
Keeping my fingers crossed to see if there's any sound being transmitted. No. You heard a little bit? That's something. Yep, good, good. All right, now I want you to tell me if you hear the podcast.
To the deep dive. Today we're diving into Grand Theft Auto 5. What a game, right? It really set the standard for open world gaming for years. Just tons of fun, always innovating, and it built this huge community, a real giant in the industry. But here's the thing, and it's a really interesting challenge we're looking at today. How do you keep a game like GTA 5 fresh and playable when, well, the original players, those crews who used to be online all the time, they've gotten
Podcast
older,
working?
you know, life catches up, jobs, kids, less free time. It makes getting that
Good,
whole crew
thanks.
together for those big multiplayer sessions pretty tough.
That's exactly
Good,
it. That's
good.
the core issue. Lots of, veteran players are bumping up against. The game was really built around cooperative play, big missions, elaborate heists, stuff you did together. It was perfect back then when you could get maybe 5-6 friends online regularly. But yeah, for many people now, that's just not happening.
Right. So our mission, what we want to unpack in this deep dive, is a really fascinating concept, actually player generated, that tries to fix this exact problem. And it centers on something many players own but maybe don't use much, the facility.
Yeah, and the source material for this is quite special. It's actually a letter, a very detailed one, from a player named T-Man. He's the CEO of Anzacs Gaming Community.
Yeah, that's
AGC.
me.
And his letter, it really lays out the problem clearly, makes an appeal, but also, crucially, gives this incredibly well thought out concept for how the facility could be, well, reborn, really.
Okay, so let's unpack that letter from T-Man first. What's the main problem he's pointing out, the real core concern?
He's basically saying that a lot of the game's content missions, the business side of things, definitely the big heists, they were designed for groups. And if you're trying to play solo, or maybe just with one other friend who happens to be online, well, that content becomes almost impossible, or just incredibly frustrating. It's like the game's design hasn't quite kept pace with how people's lives have changed.
And the result of that, I mean, if players keep hitting those roadblocks...
Yeah, the consequence is pretty predictable. Players get discouraged, they feel like they can't experience core parts of the game anymore, so they get disengaged and, eventually they just drift away. It's kind of a quiet drain on that loyal fan base, the ones who've stuck around for, over a decade now.
Okay, so faced with that, what's T-Man actually asking for? What's the appeal to Rockstar?
His appeal is, I think, pretty straightforward, but really smart. He's asking Rockstar to look at implementing ways for solo players, or maybe small teams of two, to actually complete this content. The idea is using AI associates, AI staff, whatever you want to call them, to fill those empty slots in your crew. So you can do the heist, you can run the business effectively, even alone.
Right, AI teammates, essentially. So what's the main takeaway here? How does this help everyone, not just solo players?
Well, the key is flexibility. The option absolutely should still be there for real players to join. Having friends is always going to be, the best way perhaps, but the content shouldn't require it. It shouldn't be gated off, or just plain frustrating if you're on your own. It's about respecting people's time, their changing situations. It keeps the game engaging, keeps it accessible, especially for those long-haul fans.
Okay, let's shift gears then to the core of his solution, the facility. Now, for those listening who play GTA Online, you probably have one, but what is it right now? Like, what does it actually do? And be honest, how often do you go there?
Yeah, the facility. It's a weird mix of super high-tech potential and, for many, kind of neglected space. T-Man's letter argues it's mostly gathering dust. Its main official purpose, its big ticket item, is launching the Doomsday Heist, which is massive, right? 3 acts, data breaches, bogged-in problem, Doomsday scenario. Huge potential payouts, like 1.5 million plus, even more with challenges, but doing that solo, or even with just 2. It's very, very tough. Nearly impossible for some parts.
Okay, so the heist is the main thing. What else?
Well, it's also meant to be a sort of high-level business hub. You've got the planning room for the heist. You can add sleeping quarters, free snacks, and armor refills, which is nice. And the weapon workshop is key. That's where you upgrade to the MK2 weapons, those really powerful, customizable guns. So it's not making passive cash like, say, a bunker, but it supports high-level play, heist replays, grinding.
And the vehicles. It's got some special storage.
Whoa, yeah. It's the only place you can store and modify some of the most advanced and, frankly, wild vehicles. The Avenger, that flying fortress command center, the thruster jetpack, the Kanjali tank, the Deluxo flying car, the Stromberg subcar. There's a whole dedicated vehicle workshop just for those beasts.
And then there's the other thing, the button.
Ah, yes. The orbital cannon. Probably its most infamous feature. For a hefty price, $500,000 for a manual shot, $750K for auto lock, you can just vaporize another player anywhere on the map.
Yeah.
It's used for revenge or trolling. Mostly trolling, let's be honest. But it's definitely a statement piece.
So a potential base, too.
It can be, yeah. A secure hangout or mission base. They're usually in remote, defendable locations. Good for cruise planning stuff.
Okay, so it sounds like it does a lot, but T-Man's letter, the source material, paints this picture of it being covered in dust and cobwebs, asking, when was the last time you used your facility? Why the disconnect?
Right, and that's the core of his argument. Despite all these features, especially for the solo player, it often just sits there. The source does mention you can link it strategically with a nightclub, CEO office, sub, etc., to build an empire. But T-Man's point is, even with that potential, the current gameplay loop, especially if you're alone, doesn't really pull you back there often enough. It's not a living part of your daily gameplay. It's a tool you use occasionally, at best.
Which brings us to T-Man's vision. This is where it gets really creative. He wants to take this underused asset and make it something else entirely, not just a garage or a cannon platform.
Exactly. He proposes transforming the facility into what he calls a next-gen intelligence agency, the ICA Intelligence Central Agency. Suddenly, you're not just a CEO or a biker boss. You're an agent. Running intel operations, working with a new shadowy faction called the Omega Group, it totally reframes your role in the game.
Okay, an intelligence agency inside my nuclear bunker. How does that work mechanically? Do I need to buy a whole new building?
No, and that's clever. If you already own a facility, you keep it. The building itself doesn't change on the outside. Instead, you buy an ICA add-on. He suggests a price range, like $2 million to $3.5 million, depending on which facility location you have. And he even notes this lets Rockstar effectively sell it twice, monetize an existing asset by upgrading its function.
Smart. So what does this ICA add-on actually give you? What changes inside?
Okay, this is where it gets really deep. First, the heart of it, a supercomputer core. Think quantum level processing. This thing lets you monitor and manage all your other businesses. Nightclub, bunker, warehouses, everything from one place. It shows global analytics, helps you make AI-driven decisions, and critically, it connects to AI agents out in the world, intercepting targets, feeding you live intel. It becomes your true command center.
Wow, okay. All businesses from one spot. That alone sounds amazing.
Huge quality of life improvement, right? Then you get 5 AI personalities, the team, who actually work in your facility. Each has a specialty. There's Mr. Sifo for digital surveillance, Mrs. Echo for audio intel, Mr. Spectre for drones and tactics, Ms. Nova for economics and market stuff, and Missy Iris for psychological profiling. They sit at consoles, give you live updates, and can even help on missions like driving vehicles, providing drone support. They feel like a proper crew.
An AI crew. Okay, and the missions change too.
Yep. Player missions become data ops. You're not just stealing cars or blowing stuff up for cash directly. You're gathering intel, hacking servers, tailing people, stealing data drives. This data intel accumulates over time, kind of like stock in the nightclub. You do maybe 3 mini missions per set to gather it, and your AI staff. They run smaller background missions automatically to help build that intel faster. The more you use them, the quicker it grows.
Interesting. So it's like managing an actual intelligence flow.
Precisely.
Yeah.
And you get a proper office within the facility too. A dedicated space just for managing all your businesses via the supercomputer and planning these new ICA missions. Centralization is key.
And vehicles. Any new toys?
Oh yes, a fleet of 5 matte black vehicles, exclusive to the ICA. An armored Kuruma, ICA-01. An armored baller SUV, ICA-02. A custom powder truck for the intel deliveries, ICA-03. A gun-mounted insurgent, ICA-04, and an armored Paragon, ICA-05. All matte black, distinctive red and white emergency lights, sirens, private plates. You can't change. They look official, you know.
Yes.
You'd buy these specifically as ICA vehicles and need a new 10-car garage added inside the facility to store them.
It's incredibly detailed. A whole new layer to the game. But running an intelligence agency, how does that mesh with, the LSPD and FIB? Are you suddenly a good guy?
This is maybe the most radical part of the concept. Police and FIB clearance. The idea is these ICA missions aren't typical crimes. They're framed as data gathering, asset protection, sanctioned at some level. So, when you start an ICA mission, you get a temporary pass. And get this, when you're doing something like delivering the intel in that custom pounder truck, you have AI support, an AI-manned gunship flying Overwatch, 2 AI-manned armed insurgents escorting you. And here's the mind-blowing part if enemies attack your convoy. NPC police join in to help you.
Wait, the regular cops. Help me.
Yes, they provide escort, block traffic at junctions so your convoy gets through, actively shoot at the people attacking you. They become your backup because you have this official clearance for the mission.
That completely flips the script on how you interact with the world during missions, especially solo.
Doesn't it just? Imagine doing a major delivery and having a police escort fighting for you, not against you. It solves so many frustrations of solo play right there.
So tying it all together, what's the ultimate impact on the player experience? What does this ICA facility feel like to run?
It feels like you're actually in control. The more you play, the smarter your facility gets via the supercomputer. The faster it generates intel, which translates to money or other advantages. You unlock bonuses, insights, maybe even predictive stuff from Ms. Nova about markets. It becomes, as T-Man calls it, a living world run by you. You manage everything, nightclub, bunker, cargo, all of it from that single dashboard. No more tedious flying across the map just to resupply one business. You can assign your AI team to optimize things. Intel becomes a real weapon. Use Mrs. Iris's profiles on rivals. Use Mrs. Nova's data to crash a market. It empowers the player, makes them feel like a strategic mastermind, even if they're playing completely alone.
Okay, we've really gone deep into this player-driven concept for GTA Online. It started from a plea, really, a call to adapt the game for players whose lives have changed.
It's just a fascinating look at how you can take one specific thing in the game of the facility and completely reinvent it. address real player issues like solo accessibility, but also add this whole new, complex, intelligent layer of gameplay on top.
Yeah, it's not just about more stuff, it's about breathing life into an existing part of the world, making it relevant again. And I think importantly, showing respect for the players who've been there from the start by acknowledging their reality has shifted.
Absolutely, which leads to a bigger thought, maybe for you listening. In this age of games as ongoing services, how vital is it for developers to genuinely listen to this kind of detailed feedback? And not just listen, but find ways to strategically weave it into the fabric of the existing game, turning something overlooked, like the facility perhaps, into a core dynamic hub for a totally new experience. Makes you wonder what other parts of game worlds are just waiting for that kind of reimagining, doesn't it?
Yeah, so that's my take on what the facility should be like, and thanks to the people that actually made that file for me, copied it from their chat, so I'm happy with that. Got any thoughts? Leave it in the comments below. Let me know your thoughts. Do you think it's a good idea for the facility to take on a new role? I'm just putting it out there. Like I said, I contacted Rockstar Games, sent it to them, and we'll wait to see if we hear back from them. But I'm going to leave it there. I'm going to wrap this stream up. There are only small ones. Eventually, they're going to get more in depth on various games for the AGC community. But before I go, I just want to give a shout out to my team of moderators, Pellegrin, Rhino, Beast, and of course Blair, who's my chief moderator and helped me out tonight to get this all done. Thanks for that much. I appreciate what you've done for me, Blair, so thank you for that. And a shout out to my son. We started AGC in 2008. Me and my son playing computer games. He was one of 4. The other 3 girls in the household. My boy had to have a bloke to play with, so we did some gaming. Today he's an IT specialist, making plenty of good coins, so really proud of my boy. But I hope to see you all one day. Come on to our Discord channel. Everyone gets nervous about making new friends or popping in somewhere new. Feel free, don't be backward. We don't bite, we might snap, we're a little disgusting. We have our freedom of speech channel, the 18 plus, rated R. If you're easily offended, I wouldn't join that channel, but if you've got thick skin, it's a nice place to get in there and just let loose. But thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the stream. I haven't streamed since my mother and father passed away. It's been a while. But yeah, let's get some more streaming done and get back into the gaming community. Thank you very much for your time.